ran on cash, paper, memory, and survival. Then tragedy struck. The founder, Edwin Ajere, was kidnapped and murdered. At just 21, his son, Chidi Ajere, returned from Canada to face a difficult truth. The business was working on the outside, but fragile within. He saw an industry trapped in the past, analog systems, no structure, no scale. And he made a decision. This company would no longer be a roadside operation. It would become an institution. The transformation began with people. Drivers became captains. Daily commissions became salaries. The culture changed from hustle to professionalism. Then the spaces changed. Parks became terminals. Customers became guests. Travel became an experience. In 2016, GIG Mobility launched the GIGM app, setting a new standard for digital booking in Nigeria. Technology became the backbone. Real-time tracking, speed monitoring, data-led decisions. The company was no longer just on the road, it was building the future of mobility. But evolution never stops. GIG Mobility moved beyond bus trips to building systems that serve every part of the journey. From a father's foundation on the road to a son's vision in the cloud and in the hands of formidable leadership. GIG Mobility is no longer just a transport company. It is a tech-driven mobility ecosystem, built to move people, built to move possibilities.
GIG Mobility.
I saw the video and it said in 2009. I'm standing here today as a comedian in Lagos. My name is Forever, and I was doing comedy in Enugu State. So I was told that for you to make it as a comedian, that you must come to Lagos. I said, why? They said Lagos has all the media houses. Lagos has all the headquarters of the companies that are looking for to sponsor your events. And then I made up my mind that in 2012, I was going to come to Lagos. How do I get to Lagos? I did not know. So I went to a place called Holy Ghost Park in Enugu, and then I saw God is Good Motors. So the Forever that you are seeing today in Lagos, it was God is Good Motors that brought me to Lagos. I still remember my transport fare, 3,200. I still remember. And that day, to be very honest, it was the smoothest ride I've had, because then there were other buses you would take to travel around the east. You are quarreling with driver, you are begging driver, oh yeah, on AC for us. But for God is Good Motors at the time, you didn't even need to tell the pilot. They were not called drivers, they were called pilots. I was like, when the boss was going to say pilot, I said, I didn't book flight too. It's Lagos I'm going to, I cannot afford flight and say we'll call our drivers pilot. The guy was properly dressed. The car just came on, the guy turned on AC. I said, as soon as they do here, next thing, there was a television screen. At a point, I didn't want to get to Lagos. Because there was a television screen that was showing movies. We got to Warren. People were coming out to me and said, driver, not off this car, I've not finished this film. And then I got to Chibo around 6:30 p.m. And then I told cabman, I'm going to Ejibo. He said 3-5. I said, okay, I just entered God is Good. That passed 5 states. 3-2. And he asked me a question. He said, when you entered Lagos, did you see welcome to Lagos? I said, no. He said, what did you see? I said, I saw this is Lagos. He said, I believe this. That night, I took back 1-7 to Ejibo. But what I'm trying to say is that the Forever, everybody say, oh, you're doing so great. It was God is Good that moved me to Lagos. And I'm forever grateful for that journey. And at this point, I'd like to welcome the CEO for the opening speech. Please put your hands together as we welcome our CEO once again.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here, excited to be here. Somebody said to me this morning, Umbo, where's the person? It's finally here. Just do some little protocols before we go ahead. The Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism, Art and Culture, Mrs. Toke Benson Awoyinka, ably represented by Dr. Mrs. Quadri Adebowale Denike, the Deputy Director, House Hotel Licensing. We're coming to hotels very soon, in a few weeks from now. Hotel Licensing, Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture. Here presents my powerful board of directors, Mr. Kunle Shonola, Chairman, Board of Directors, GIG Mobility, here present. Mr. Shegun Sonny, soon to be Dr. Sonny, Member, Board of Directors, GIG Mobility. Dr. Yele Okeremi, Member, Board of Directors, GIG Mobility, here present. The industry that we're stepping into, Dr. Samson Fatokun, Area Manager, West and Central Africa, IATA, International Air Transport Association, here present. The Hajia Bolaji Mustafa, President, NATO, National Association of Travel, a National Association of Tour Operators, here present. Mr. Yinka Falomi, President, NANTA, National Association of Travel Agents. When we started paying for little associations like this, I said yes, we are finally in the industry. Pastor Mrs. Chinyere Ome Siago, First Deputy National President, NANTA. Dr. Ganiu Shekomi Balogun, National President, Association of Tourist Boats, which we will be unveiling in a few weeks. Operators and Water Transportation of Nigeria, our very, very powerful partners from the different industries here present, gentlemen of the press, media personalities here present, including bloggers and influencers here present. And permit me to stretch this one. The indefatigable, ever-present, hardworking, ever-resilient partners and employees of GIG Mobility also here present. Good morning, distinguished guests. You are highly valued, that is why you are here. We are having the very first ever product conference in GIG Mobility, and when we say GPC 2026, that means there will be GPC 2027, there will be GPC 2028, and on and on. What that means is that we have put ourselves on the pedestrian of product development like never before, and we have built something on which we can premise our growth on. We are very proud of this day as an organization. If you just watch that video, you will know why it is to be proud. It is a significant day for our company, and I believe it is also a significant day for Nigeria business and Africa at wide, because moments like these remind us of greatness, what great companies can do to move product, to sell product, and deliver service at new levels continuously. We all know that great companies help to shape the future of a nation. I would never forget watching the movie called The Men That Built America. Great companies create jobs so that people can eat daily and drink. Great companies build confidence in markets and raise standards. Great companies prove that innovation can come from our own very soil here in Nigeria and continue to move things forward in Africa. For many years, you have known GIG Mobility as a transport company, and we are very proud of that legacy. Times like these make me appreciate the legacy of Mr. Chidi Ajare, who at the age of 21 decided to build a platform on which we are all standing today. We are very proud of every safe trip that we have completed, of every customer that we have served. We are very proud of each of the almost 40 terminals we have built, almost over 40 terminals that we have built. We're very proud of the challenges in the industry that we have been able to solve and overcome. We are very proud that we are trusted by people around the nation as an organization. And while we are proud of that, we also know that we cannot continue to live in the past. And so every day since I became CEO of GIGM, I've always wondered. In fact, one of the members of the Ajari family said to me, we have taken this company to this time and to this level. It is now your turn to move the company forward. And that continues to ring in my subconscious. So we're not just going to be sitting in the past. We decided with our formidable team that strong companies evolve. And yes, they do that very well. They listen and they learn. They adapt and invest and they reimagine themselves. One of the questions that led today is people calling me, friends calling me and say, you're CEO of GIG Mobility now. I need a Land Cruiser. Like Land Cruiser, we do interstate travel. And then somebody else is coming from the US and say, you are into mobility now. I need a vehicle that can take me from the airport and all of that. And as they make those calls and we listen, we started to realize that there's a gap that must be filled. And the best way to create any product, any day, any time, is to listen to customers' needs. And so we're not just trying to create demand, we're trying to meet a demand that has already been in existence. So we decided to go back into what we are known for, technology, and say, how would we bring this to bear? We know the world is changing, and obviously the customer needs are changing. Customer expect digital access, and that's why we are always going to go digital. Customer expect seamless experiences. And that is the testimony that you know of GIGM. They also expect trusted brand. And for all of you seated here, you know fully well you can trust us. We continue not to think small, but to challenge ourselves and say, how can we solve the remaining challenges in the mobility space beyond where we are? Africa is young, and we all know that. Africa is dynamic, and we all know that. Africa is mobile. People are moving. People are moving for work. People are moving for businesses, moving for family. People are moving for tourism. Somebody just said to me outside, thank you for coming into the tourism space. And people are moving for opportunity. The question for corporate organization is simple. While we grow with will we grow with the continent, or would we be left behind? We have decided to grow with the continent. We have chosen to grow, we have chosen to build, we have chosen to innovate and to lead. That's the decision that led into that one word, integrato. And when we were thinking of what we have built and what actually represents it, it's a philosophy on which the company will grow. Integrato is not just a word, and it's not just a theme of 2026 conference. It is a philosophy. It is a philosophy on which what we have built today and we are introducing today is so small compared to what we can build on the platform that we have created. It reflects our belief that the future belongs to connectedness rather than isolated services. It is our belief that people need trusted ecosystem rather than moving from one solution to the other. It is a philosophy that we are building on the fact that there are multiple customer needs, but people want one seamless experience. It is on that philosophy that we chose that it means that we have to move beyond only a bus company. It cannot just be Lagos to Benin, which has been very good and which will continue to be good. People want mobility, and mobility requires digital access. Mobility requires seamlessness. It requires lifestyle platform. It means creating easier way for people to move, connect, explore, and transact. So today, you will see products designed with the future in mind. Products that expand your access for anything you want to do. Products that simplify travels. You will see products that create possibilities for customers. Products that strengthen that GIGM experience that you've always known. Products that definitely positions us for the future. Now, before we go into the unveiling, I want to take a pause here and say a very big thank you to members of the GIGM team. These people, I mean, you know, we run a business that people don't sleep. And so if I send a message at 2 a.m., I am hoping that nobody sees that message. Unfortunately, somebody will see that message and reply me, and I will say, go and sleep. These people, while I stand here to hold the mic, I look behind me and I see hundreds of people who are very powerful, very resilient. And I want to say a big thank you to all of them. Thank you, members of GIGM team, for your late night work. Thank you for the difficult problems that you've solved. Thank you so much for the pressure that you constantly handle. Thank you so much for not shying away from big ideas. Thank you very much for constant testing and retesting, even till yesterday, testing platform. Thank you for my chiefs, Jude and John. I would never take for granted the support that you constantly give to me. And while I do that, I also want to say a big thank you to our board of directors. I have never had a very supportive board of directors. Thank you so much for being here, even though you are all very busy. Please, let me appreciate them. Thank you so much. It is on this strength of thanks that I stand to let you know that I am proud of the team that we have and the people that we have. And as I say thank you to them, I want to say a big thank you to all our customers and all our partners. I see our bankers here. Thank you for your support over the years. We really, really appreciate you. Your trust has continued to challenge us to become better. Your expectations have pushed us continuously to innovate, and your loyalty has given us the capacity to go and build a platform that helps Nigeria to be a great place. Today is not it's not a place where we begin to crawl. No, today is a pedestrian on which we are growing the organization. We are so proud of the ecosystem that we've built, because if we're taking holidays into our system in 2-3 weeks time, it is so easy to do that. If we're taking travel insurance into our system in a few weeks time, it's so easy to do that because we have built that capacity already. Today is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where GIGM expands its relevance. A chapter where we begin to create more value. A chapter where we contribute even more to the economy of Nigeria, like you all know. A chapter where we show the average Nigerian youth that companies can be built on world-class standards. A chapter where we show Africa that brands can boldly think and boldly scale into frontiers that have never been touched. A chapter where we know that beyond unveiling the products today, we will continue to fly. We are unveiling with intent, we are unveiling with intentionality, we are unveiling with fire in our tummy, with ambition, and without any doubt, we are unveiling the next GIGM. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to innovation, welcome to transformation, welcome to the future of mobility in Nigeria and Africa, welcome to the GCC conference. And I think it's a good time to say, let the unveiling begin. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Indulge me to read our keynote speech. Global Policy Conference GPC 2026, integrating the mobility ecosystem for a smarter, inclusive future for tourism. I'm so sorry, I skipped acknowledging the people that have made it possible for us to be here today. So pardon me. I'll make it brief because we have so many other things to do. So I appreciate the efforts of GIGM team, as well as I take cognizance of your presence, the board of directors. Well done, sir. And Mr. Ajero for having so great will to take mobility to where it is, and Mr. Enauro and his team. Well done. So please, I'll read the commissioner's speech henceforth. Distinguished guests, policymakers, industry leaders, innovators, and partners, good morning. It is a privilege to stand before you today at the Global Policy Conference 2026 to launch GIGM Integrator. Today's gathering draws attention to something fundamental: how we live, how we move, and how we connect. Lagos is not just a city, it is expressive, alive, and bold. Mobility here is no longer just about moving from one point to another. It is about connecting people to experience business districts, waterfronts, culture, nightlife, food, fashion, arts, and enterprise. Lagos is not a single experience. It is many experiences happening at once, and mobility at its core is about access to jobs, education, healthcare, and opportunity. Yet today, we face a paradox. On one hand, we see rapid innovation, electric vehicles, ride-hailing platforms, smart infrastructure, and data-driven systems. But on the other hand, these innovations exist in silos. Public transport does not seamlessly connect with private mobility. Data remains fragmented. Infrastructure development is uneven. And as a result, many communities remain underserved. This is why integration is no longer optional. It is essential. The real challenge before us is not value creation, but access. So we ask the question, how easily can people move? How seamlessly can they experience what Lagos has to offer? Because when movement becomes stressful, fragmented, and unpredictable, the city loses momentum, especially in tourism. And we must remember, culture moves people, and mobility moves culture. The creative economy depends on movements. Artists, entrepreneurs, and tourists all rely on efficient, reliable systems to thrive. This is why integrated mobility becomes critical. An integrated mobility ecosystem brings together all modes of transportation, public transit, private vehicles, and emerging technologies into one seamless, user-centered system. It allows commuters to move effortlessly from across modes using unified platform, coordinator schedules, and shared data. It must not serve only the digitally connected few. It must work for everyone. As it is evident in this administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, who has upgraded mobility. His initiatives are manifesting in our transport system because he knows that mobility unlocks tourism and it unlocks business and human potential. Because when mobility works for everyone, tourism grows, business thrives, and cities become more sustainable. For this reason, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture proposes the co-creation of Lagos Mobility Integration Charter, a framework that brings together government, mobility providers, tourism stakeholders, and the creative sector. A framework built on collaboration, not on competition, where policy encourage interoperability and innovation is aligned across sectors. I commend GIG Mobility Nigeria for their bold step in launching transformative solutions like IRX, GIG Entors, and Integrator Platform. These innovations are redefining travel, not just as movements, but as experience. The future of mobility is not distant. It is being built here today, and it requires all of us. Government as an enabler, private sector as innovators, communities as participants. Together, we can connect airports to cultural districts, link transport system to major events, and use data to enhance every journey. We can ensure that every moment within Lagos reflects its vibrancy and potential. In doing so, we build not just a transport system, but a bridge between potential and performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the journey ahead is clear. Let us move together. Let us integrate. Let us build a mobility system that works for all. Thank you.
Runway, it did not move. The plane could not take off. The pilot now announced that they just discovered the fault, they are going to fix it. So we went back. After fixing it, this was now 12 o'clock because the flight was meant to be 11 p.m. We got back there, the plane did not take off. We went back here to fix it around 3 a.m. Pilot now said, because of those who have connecting flights, we can no longer take off. That was when the guy sitting next to me just shouted, for my turn. I said, I don't understand, for your turn for what? He said, this is the first time I entering plane. It's the day that plane did not move. Since I've been hearing of plane, they've been flying, they've been taking off. The day I sat inside one, 3 times the plane did not leave the ground. And I told him that. But they announced that they will come and pick us tomorrow, they will not just in hotel. He said, what if they forget me? I said, okay, I'll make sure your room is by my room, I'll wake you up. The guy said, can't we just go like that? I said, wait. For the plane to just go like that. So if this plane have fault on the air, what do we do? He said, we'll find somewhere and park. I said, they don't park on air. If you don't, but it's all wonderful. And so we're going to unveil our next product very soon. And to help us to do the unveiling, I'm going to welcome all our board members present. Please let me put your hands together as we welcome all our board members. GIG Mobility CPO. We'll also want to welcome Mrs. Debbie, Oracle, the CEO, Zeus Energy and Power VVIP. Will I please a round of applause as we welcome them to join us. The next level of technology is about to be revealed. And also, to finally, we'd like to welcome our commissioner. We'd like to welcome our Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Stoker Benson Awinka, like this. In some people's mind, this is a house. In some other person's mind, what is there really? Until they unveil it, which we're ready for right now, that is when you can fully see what GIG Mobility is up to. And so just give us the next few seconds. We have to set this board rolling. Then they'll move it, all right? Now, we are all saying GIGM together. Are we together? No, I don't like the energy in the room. Are we together? Good, better. Are we ready? No, now I need the energy. Are we ready? Want to go? G-I-G-M.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much. GIGM presents to you Higher X. Wow, this is wonderful, this is wonderful.
Before the handshake, before the first slide.
Your vibe speaks too, loudly.
Confidence isn't noise, it's being prepared and arriving right.
Style isn't trying too hard, it's just knowing what works.
I'm on my way.
Some days are meetings, some days are milestones. Either way, details matter.
Some nights become memories. Some entrances set the tone. Why not move like it means something?
How you move matters.
It's who you are.
I was going to ask a question she's already asked. Is your higher X affordable? It looks good. It has to be competitive with other, taxis and higher vehicles. That's all. Thank you.
Is it afternoon? Okay. To answer your question, please can I see the first person to answer the Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can book hourly, you can book per day, you can do a drop-off, say you want to go to the airport, someone to pick you from the airport as well. In terms of pricing, we don't control the price, so because we have a lot of partners that we work with. So you're going to see different prices on the platform, so you pick the one that best suits you. Somebody asked a question about affordability. Yeah, it is affordable. The prices we have today are industry competitive, so you have nothing to worry about. And as a matter of fact, if you can download the app now, you can simulate you can try to make a booking from here back home if you did not drive, and you will see the prices there. We have different cars that will suit people in here, from Rolls Royces to Prados to you name it, we have them there. So you can try that now if you have the app. If you don't, I think that there's going to be something up here where you can scan the QR codes, you can click on it, and it will take you to either of the stores so that you can get the apps. So we have that ready today. Thank you very much.
Okay, so those are just two questions.
Not to discriminate, we would not want you to take Rolls Royce to the app, but
no, because, I asked this question for a purpose. Natural, my better, juice somewhere close. That means you are far away. It's naturally assumed that the roads there are not great yet. Mm-hmm. So if the Rolls Royce goes there, imagine how much you pay the transport. We're not going to fix the Rolls Royce. That's what I'm asking. So do we have any more questions? Because he's the best man.
Dr. Fabio is the name from the Daily Independent newspaper. For this service that we'll be offering, I wouldn't know the boundaries or the territories that we'll be operating from. Lagos actually is a metropolitan city. Notwithstanding, there are people who may be living somewhere like Songo, which is in Ogun State, or let's say Ayiko, or Mawin, as they call it, that will need this service. Will you be offering the same to them? That's my question.
Clarify some things for people asking where they can get the app. So yes, we are expanding. We're starting with Lagos, but we're going to expand into other cities as we go on. But for people looking for the app, there is no dedicated IX app. It's on our GIGM app. So for people who've not updated their app, we've released an update. You would see the update if you go to the App Store or the Play Store, you search for GIGM app or GIGM Mobility, you'll find it on both the App Store and the Play Store. You can update your app. If you don't have the app before, you would install it. And on the home screen, when you log in, after you've created your account, you will see something of this sort, and you will be able to pick the IRX product. We have other ones there. So if you tap on the IRX from the home screen, then you'll see something like this that asks you what type of hire do you want to do. You can say you want a drop-off or a duration hire. Duration, I'm sure we understand what drop-off is. Duration hire is, do you want to book it for a day, a couple of hours, and the likes goes on. So one of the other things we did, which is something I believe we should all know, especially for people that will be using the product, you are unable to hire or reserve or make a reservation this minute. Unlike Uber, if you bring out your phone, or let me say any of the ride-hailing platforms, you can make you can book a cab now, and it's going to come pick you. But this is a little bit different. It's premium service. So if you want a vehicle, you will not be able to make a hire until 3 hours post the time you're initiating the process. So that will give some time for the companies and the vehicles on the platform to be ready for your pickup. So you tell us where you want us to pick you from, you tell us where we're taking you to, and then you make your reservations. You can see all the details of the vehicle, the features the vehicles have. You can use that to make your decision. And we have different, you can do for a day, you can do for a couple of hours, and you can just go from here to the airport, or from the airport to your house, or from the house to the club, wherever you want to go. So we have all of those today. For people who do not have the app, if you would indulge me, please go to either the Play Store or the App Store, download the app, GIGM app, or you can look for GIGM Mobility. It's going to bring the same thing. There are no two companies that have that branding, and you'll be able to see what the app is like.
All right. I am here with my team. My question to me first would be, what's the brand positioning for IRX as one? The market is quite competitive, and how long are you guys going to be there for? Possibly the long haul. We see a lot of brands coming to this year, this space, and they fail off. So maybe those two for now. Thank you very much.
We brought in new stuff, new thinking to the market. We've literally defined what the market looks like today. So we've, foraying into the premium vehicle hire business. It's also to tell you that we're getting into that space and making it look like what you've not seen before. So that's to answer your last question about duration, or what you need for the long haul. In terms of how the platform, or who the platform is targeted for, it's targeted for, I would say everybody. Maybe not everybody, professionals and business people, corporate people that can afford it, that want to have comfort, reliable transportation when they do not want to drive. We provide them with drivers and very good vehicles. And interestingly, the vehicles on our platform, you just don't onboard them. They go through inspection processes to make sure that these vehicles are suitable for the class of people we are looking to move from one place to the other. So it is for executives, professionals, business people, entrepreneurs, and all this class of people, basically.
My name is Stephen. So, in your app, I noticed there's just so much provision for electric vehicles. You just have a Tesla. Now you're going to carry more people and have more cars on the road. What's your provision for electric vehicles? What's your provision for your carbon footprints? Right? The hires, basically. Because this
not going to limit ourselves to them. The goal is to also extend that to other providers and organizations who can, bring that on board. This plan is not it's not an immediate one that we're going to discontinue, but we're looking at making that available as much as possible for professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, business people, everyday people that can afford to use the app. So we've started the conversation, and we're going to expand that as much as possible. If your organization is in something like that, we're willing to have a conversation with you. Thank you.
All right, so I don't know if I should make this a question or a suggestion. Last month, I had 19 tourists from America who came to explore and experience Lagos. They spent 1 week in Ghana and 1 week in Nigeria. Feedback from them was beautiful, but the only major gap, which every tour operator here will agree with me, is that we do not have tourism buses that are specifically for tourists. If you go to South Africa, Kenya, even Ghana, the best we could get was our normal coastal buses. So they wanted something more upscale than what we could offer. And being Nigeria, they believe that we should have something better. So mine is, do you really have tourist buses that we can hire? Or do you have that in your plan? Thank you.
Weeks ago, where this was discussed, we're working with a company in one of the southwestern states, but he'll be the one to give you more details about that. But rest assured that we have that in the plan. Thank you very much.
So we're already collaborating with a lot of tourist organizations. I just had a conclusion even out there right now. Do we have buses? We always have buses. So whether it is branded for tourism or not, if you need to move, we are ready to move. So if you have 10 people right now, 15 people right now who need to go around the nation, we're ready just like yesterday. But if you're talking about concentrated tourism products, we also have that. We're just talking to System Specs right now. On May 1st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, around May 1st, we're going to be testing our tourism collaboration at Abeokuta. So from the train station, we're going to be moving people around in the entire Abeokuta, and before December, we're going to be doing the same thing in Ibadan. So we have landed. Thank you.
It's very important. That question was wonderful. When you go to other countries and you see these open roof buses, and then you're driving around town, and it makes it very beautiful. And we trust that whatever GIGN is doing is always excellent. So we look forward to the tourism buses as we work with them. All right. So very shortly, we're going to move over to presenting our second product. We've just seen Hire X, and I want to be sure that the team is ready. So, but before we do that, we will request that everyone in the room kindly rise up on their feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Gentlemen, pass by GIGN. There's a round of applause. Thank you, guys. Please have your seats. Thank you very much. I don't think I got my phones. time. A round of applause for our CEO one more time as he helps us. In fact, I'm passing the mic to tell us about PASS.
Pass the mic for PASS. So PASS is our platform for everything travel. So right now, please, if you have to book a ticket to travel by air now, all of you that came from Benin, all of you that came from Abuja, all of you that have to fly now, please go to our website and download our app. In fact, in the app, you will see by road, by air. So click by air and you'll be able to buy your own airline ticketing. And forever, you are not far. People are already selling airline tickets. Very soon, waiting for you understand? So yes, so the first thing about PASS is that GIGM is not just longer selling bus tickets to travel with our bus. Now we are integrated, we now sell our own airline tickets. And it's not just local, If you're actually traveling from one place in Canada to another place in Canada, you can get your ticket right there. It's a global ticketing platform. It is not a Nigerian ticketing platform, it's a global ticketing platform. Apart from that, we already have our curated tours. So we've got Kenya tour designed already. We've got Singapore tour designed already. I'm sure you'll get a flyer as you leave this place. Now, in a few weeks' time, we are also going to be curating hotels. You know, it's mobility, everything along this place of mobility. So on the same platform, you can book your bus to bring you to Lagos. You can book the air ticket to take you outside Nigeria. You can book your hotel for where you will stay. And then you're coming back, you can even book the vehicle that will pick you from the airport. So it's end to end. That's why we call it a platform on which you can build anything. So promise me that if you're buying ticket now, you're going to be buying the air ticket on our platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking time out. I know it's a weekday, you're all very busy, so we'll try to make it as brief as possible. My name is Kamso Samo. I'm the head of tourism and hospitality for PASS by GIGM. We're pleased to inform you that we have this special aspect of our mobility ecosystem for flights, hotels, tours, experiences, visas. We are a one-stop shop for everything that has to do with travel. And it's not even just for families or individuals, for corporate travel as well. You know, you have your AGMs. I mean, you can see on the video that I was playing, that guy was at work, he was stressed, but that was not the real him. The real him was a life of peace, a life of enjoyment, a life of prosperity. And you know, in our day-to-day lives, you get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of work, of making ends meet, of day-to-day operations. We don't really have a culture in Nigeria of letting our head down. And that's what GIGM is working to propagate by PASS by GIGM. So we have our curated experiences, we have our tours. On our website, you'll be able to signal interest on our tours. At some point, you'll be able to apply for visas there as well. We'll also have events, so your favorite Broadway show or favorite stage play or favorite artist that is coming, you'll be able to pick tickets to see them. And then for people that want to do reunions, maybe people that live in diaspora that want to meet up in a particular country, you know, all of that are things that we will curate and bring to you. And as you can see, we're giving you a little taste of when we go into the aviation sector and have our own airline, because you can see some of our beautiful air hostesses around. Please put a round of applause for them. So just to give you a precursor, we'll have red uniforms, we'll have all of that, and when we get to PASS by GIGM there, you know. So we're looking forward to having you work with us to book on our platform. We're open for collaboration. Sky is just the starting point. We are very intentional about what we're building. We're very serious. We're taking this industry by storm. We are demystifying travel. We are making sure travel is accessible end to end. You know, our vehicles come, they pick you up from your home, they take you to the airport, there's somebody there with your boarding pass, there's somebody that facilitates immigration, that helps you with your check-in, and then when you land, we have our suppliers on ground, if it's Singapore, if it's Kenya, if it's Malaysia, if it's Morocco, anywhere you can think of in the world, we have our ground handlers there to pick you up, take you to your airport, to take you for your tours. It's an end-to-end service. We are intentional about this, even with the suppliers we use, the agents we use for visa, for hotels, for tours, everything. And we pride ourselves on the strength that this brand has built for all the years it has been in operation in Nigeria. So you can bank on us, you can count on us. So please bank all your travel requests, your travel packages, anything that has to do with travel. Bank it with us and we'll make you proud. Thank you so much.
I like the intuition part of it, the fact that all your lifestyle, the way you operate, the way you move, end-to-end is provided for. What so-called lazy people or people who are not very talented in this kind of thing, to have a platform that pretty much takes away the whole stress from you. So from beginning, just having your phone, you're moving at every point in time, have so alerting you, asking you, you're ready for this is the time. So it feels very, for the ordinary over people, it sounds very interesting.
So I don't know if this is a question or a comment or suggestion, but there's something I'd like to talk about, which the lady from Google Africa had mentioned. It's just to corroborate what she said about the pass. I think I'll focus more on the pass because you're dealing with airport travels and all of that, and you're focusing more, or you're focusing more on tourism and tourists. So I want to ask if there are plans to hire drivers or pilots, like you call them, that are more like tour guides. Because when you go to other countries, say, other countries in Africa, maybe for instance Kenya, the driver is always like the tour guide. They're telling you things about the country that you may not know. So are there plans to put this into consideration? Thank you.
Commend the GIG mobility team. I think this is really important. I remember back in the day when we were in school, traveling from Lagos, I schooled in Anambra State, Madina University. And I remember that back then it was always GIG motors. And over the years, we've seen this business grow. I really like the fact that you have approached growth, taking it chunk by chunk. Seated there, we can already see the future of the brand. And this is just to address everyone who is growing something right now. It's okay to take baby steps. It's okay to just take it chunk by chunk. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for all you're doing. We look forward to every other exciting thing you have to offer in the future.
That you buy from us now, you get free travel insurance and yellow fever card assistance. So we are giving you bonuses and add-ons to let you know that we are here for you. We are giving you the best value for money as much as possible. Thank you so much, and do enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Camps. They're creating jobs for people who do not readily have jobs, or people who already have jobs who are looking for a better experience. Because right now, any job you see, just at least, most of us are not doing what we studied in school. I studied mechanical engineering. Look at me today, cracking jokes. I can no longer locate crankshaft. Everything I learned in school, gone. I thought I was the only one that changed course until I found out that my friend that studied civil engineering as we speak, the guy is civil defense. I said, why the switch is as if there's civil on both sides? It was last year we found out that best graduate student in my school, chemical engineering department, Emeka one for as we speak, currently is a masquerade in Anambra. We're driving past up the weekend, so masquerade. So I know this body movement somewhere. I called him, Emeka one for the guy, big cause I'm at work, I'll call you back at work. I said, are you going to wear masquerade clothes? He said, my brother is me. I said, what exactly are you doing? He says, he's working for the ghost. I said, it's obvious. Comedy, I was just funny in school, and that was it. He said, but see you now, you are performing also rock. I said, well, thank God. I said, so what about you? What do you do? He said, into marine engineering. I said, oh, nice. So where do you work? He said, the catch fish. Marine is marine. But it's all beautiful. I just like the way GIG is growing, upgrading, making everything better, and technology is making everything work. And because of that technology, if you don't use it very well, it can be disastrous. Some years ago, Cristiano Ronaldo. How many of you know Cristiano Ronaldo? Everybody does. Ronaldo, of all people, sent me DM on Instagram that I should come and invest on Bitcoin. Ronaldo. I replied Ronaldo, I said, bro, my goat. He said, that's me. I said, Ronaldo, you are doing Bitcoin? I said, bro, you know you are not Ronaldo, you are a scammer. He said, why would you say that about Ronaldo? I said, you are still claiming that you are Ronaldo. I said, it shows that you are not intelligent. He said, how do you mean? I said, Ronaldo is a footballer. Even if you wanted to scam me, at least say Ronaldo wants to have his own football academy in Nigeria. And you are looking for people that will partner with you. It will sound a bit believable, even though it's a lie. But because of hunger, you left the sport that the man is doing and went to Bitcoin. You know this guy replying me that, you know, I've not talked about this thing like this. And I told him that it's obvious that you are hungry. You send me your account number, let me help Ronaldo. The guy now said, if all of you are like this country, I won't be doing this work. Ronaldo now sent his account number. If you see Ronaldo's name, Onyemechi. I said, Ronaldo, I said, do you know Messi says on the next street? I said, Ronaldo, Messi. Oh my God. So at this point, we'd like to take a few comments. Please round of applause.
I think this is absolutely world class. What's going on today is that what we're doing with GIGN is moving travel or mobility to becoming creation experiences. So it's not just merely moving people from point to point. It's about moving people from point to point first in style, and secondly, connecting people with very new things. I mean, if you take a look at some of the things that are going on in the back end, how we're putting and weaving these things together, then you will see that only a few years ago, these things were absolutely inconceivable. How do you bring somebody from London or from Canada? He doesn't have any clue about how he is going to get to his destination in the end. And he's coming. Mind you, this is a single executive. What we are dealing with today has makes this person, this executive, able from the comfort of his home in London, purchase an air ticket first class, arrive Mutual Way, and he's got a Lexus or a Mercedes waiting for him right to the airport. And this Mercedes will drive him to one of the best hotels. And he'll be there. He has a car at beck and call. And then the following day, the Mercedes comes back and picks him and takes him to his terminal, to a terminal. Takes him there just in time, that's not wasting time. And this gentleman will start with one of our very beautiful coaches, travels from Lagos to Benin. And as soon as he gets to Benin, we can also organize a land to get it from the terminal to the hotel. And the same thing on his way back. Now tell me how this gentleman will feel about it. Gentleman will definitely tell you that Nigeria is one of the very best places to be. This is what GIGN is. And this is what we see.
We have all witnessed what has happened today. GIGN is about curating experiences, elevating lifestyles, improving access and providing solutions to ensure that we live better. It's been a great pleasure today to witness all these products coming to the market. When you look at it, combine it with all the other products we already have on ground, you will see that GIGN is actually moving us towards the future in a better, faster, easier, lifestyle conscious. Thank you very much.
My name is Jude, as introduced. It's amazing having everyone here today.
all protocols duly observed. I'd just like to talk about a few other products that we have in GIGM that are not part of what we're launching here today, but you might find them, you might find them on a Play Store or come across the website. And I think it's just important that we know about these features and products. So it's supposed to come on the screen. I'll just give a few minutes for it to come up. Otherwise, I could just go on and talk about them, but it would be nice for you to follow me. All right, media. Talk about 4 products and features that the GIGM team have put together to make mobility very, very convenient for everybody, and also contributes, to the community, or contribute or give back to the community. So we have loyalty products, which is a way of us, appreciating our customers, telling them thank you, for doing business with us. We also have the Campus Ambassador app, which is something that is deeply rooted in one of our philosophies, right? So beyond providing mobility services, we have a philosophy that is deeply rooted in humanity. We like to think of ourselves as people who advance humanity, right? And because of that, we thought of the younger generation. What could we do to engage them? What could we do to empower them? As economies tighten and things become harder, people need some kind of support, to get through school and all of that. And then we came up with the Ambassador program, where we create avenues for students to empower themselves, right? Media? To empower themselves. And with that, people who enroll in the program have an app that they can use to make bookings for other students within, their immediate space. And they earn, commissions doing that, right? Sam? Is there any reason why this is not coming up? Ambassador, like I was saying, is a product that helps students earn a commission while they also provide service for other students within their immediate environment, right? So if you find yourself in a school as a student, for instance, say Unilag or some other school in another state, and students want to travel, rather than them go to terminals or go to whichever other park they want to go to, you have the opportunity to convince them, do a sale, get them to buy, and once that happens, you earn a commission from doing that. And by that, we are empowering students, and not just the financial aspect, we are helping them build an entrepreneurial mindset, so that even while in school, they are already developing a sense of entrepreneurship that can help them, when they pass that phase of life, right? Beyond that, we're also plugging them into the GIGM ecosystem so that they feel there's a sense of belonging, being attached to something as big as GIGM. There's also opportunities for development, right? From time to time, we carry out trainings for these people. And basically, we are using this medium to give back. Talking about giving back, I mentioned loyalty. So now, when you travel with GIGM, apart from enjoying, or on top of enjoying excellent service, you also get a token back. Now, don't forget that when you download the GIGM app and register as a user, for every transaction, there's cash back, right? So on top of the cash back, you also earn loyalty points. And you start from the starter. I think there are 5 levels. There's a starter, there's a navigator, and there are other levels up to 5. So for each level, as you move, your points, your earning points get higher. So in the course of several transactions, say maybe you do 5 bookings or 6 bookings, you would have amassed enough money in your wallet to even do another booking without spending your own physical money. You know, that's how wonderful it is, right? And there's also the AI bots that we've introduced available on our website. So when you go to the website, currently, you would see on the lower right corner, you will see the chat symbol. It's not just a chat bot, right? It's an AI chat bot. And talking about AI, GIGM is on a journey of incorporating AI into everything that we do to help us, the team, work better and help us serve you better, the customers, right? And the first expression is that in the chatbot. So when you click the chatbot, it can help you do everything you want to do, from booking to further inquiries to issue resolution and all of that. You may not even need to speak with a contact center rep, right? If you are able to get all that you want from the bots, right? And yeah, so that's it. I've covered the campus ambassador, and finally the GIGM corporate. So that's our enterprise solution, right? This solution, if you are HR here, I think you would appreciate this. Yeah, we've been serving B2C since the inception of the company, right? We've been a customer-focused business, but now we are thinking all the capabilities that we've built over almost 30 years of operations, taking all that capability and putting it into an enterprise solution focused on corporates. With this solution, corporates are now able to better harmonize travel itinerary. So imagine a 200 employee sized business, right? And HR or admin would always have to be the one to make travel arrangements. You want to book a bus or a flight for staff A, staff B, staff C, and it could be really cumbersome. Or you ask them to go book on their own and then you want to do reconciliation. They are sending in, their invoices or whatever it is they've expended, right? And you then have to vet. So all that inconvenience. We've taken everything and we put it in our enterprise solution, right? So at the click of a few buttons, you are able to upload your staff, right? And they are able to make bookings because you have loaded your wallet. So the organization loads their wallets. Individual staff are given access, right, to the platform, monitored by HR or whoever the company decides to monitor it. And then they all make bookings. HR doesn't have to worry about making travel bookings for anybody. You can go to the platform, once you're given access, make your bookings, and everything is warehoused under one account, managed by the admin that the company has assigned, right? I mean, what this does for the company is so immense because it takes away the headache of having to book for individual people. I mean, imagine a company size, 500, even 100 people, right? And you don't have to do anything, but just monitor the dashboard. So from the dashboard, you can see how many people have booked, you can see what you've expended on travels, you can see the number of trips that has been done, right? You can get insights, depending on what you want as an organization, you can get different insights from that dashboard to help streamline your travel expense, right? And even know where people go to the most, So, again, that data can mean different things to different organizations as long as you want to analyze. So yeah, these are 4 other products that are available today as we speak, but we're not launching them as we're launching Higher X and Pass. Again, just to recap, we have GIG, the enterprise solution, which also like to call GIG Corporate, right? There's bots that helps you, makes your experience even much more convenient on the app. there's loyalty, yeah, which gives points back to users as they patronize GIGM or as they make their bookings. There is the Campus Ambassador app as well for students. I'm talking about Campus Ambassador. I don't think I mentioned that we have an Ambassador app, right, that is also dedicated to other people that are not students but are looking for extra means of income, just as the Campus Ambassador does for students. So if you're interested, go to Play Store, go to any of the app stores, download the Ambassador app. If you think that you want to make extra income, help people book tickets, right, you could do that from the Ambassador app. Thank you very much for your time.
It's important to us that you are here with us, and we quite appreciate you spending this time with us rather than other pressing matters that should have ordinarily engaged your attention. Your company, PIGM, has proven itself to be one that places innovation, creativity, and customer service, customer satisfaction at the heart of everything that it does. And we are quite hopeful and confident that as we engage with services, we're going to see the updates, we're going to see the contributions and the comforts that these services actually bring to the market. And of course, the progress that it brings to the Nigerian ecosystem. And we are actually hoping that we enjoy the ride together. Thank you very much for your attention.
Different from what we used to have. Now you can buy flight tickets, you can book courses. We can also show you the things that we're coming up with. We have a nice section there for, okay, this is, so what this is supposed to show you what the old website looks like, but it's not coming up, but I'm just going to continue to speak to you about what it is. If you can show the image of the new website, that would be great. The landing page now has several sections of the things that we now offer, which was a departure from where we're coming from. Now you can explore all the nice holiday options that we have on Pass. You can also see the lovely Rolls Royce we have for IIX there. You can see all the different popular destinations that we have on the web as well for air travel, which all you just have to do is click on book now and you populate your search details for you from your departure to your destination. We have popular routes for the new for the bus booking as well. All of those are on the current web app. And if you try to log in into your account, if you have one, or if you create an account, okay, thank you. It looks pretty different from what we used to have. The new web app was built with you in mind to help your experience and make the experience of our customers a whole lot better, and to bring everything in our ecosystem together to speak about the ease, the reliability, and the elevated experience we want our customers to have whenever they're interacting with us. So please, we would like you to just gigm.com and see the new experience, enjoy it, and you can talk with us there, right there at the bottom. You see the chat icon, you can click it. If you don't want to book by yourself, you can speak to the bot. It can make bookings on your behalf. It will send you a payment link. You click on the payment link, you're able to complete your booking without you really having to do the booking process yourself. And if you have questions, our terminals where you want to, maybe you're somewhere in Lagos, you want to know where the closest terminal is or the available terminals to you, it can also help you figure that out. If you want to ask for a refund, you can also speak to it. Of course, we'll take it up from there and have some sort of human connection going on there. There are so many things you can do now that you can't do before. So I would enjoy everybody to please try and take a look and enjoy it. And we hope that you're not just going to enjoy it now. For your next trip to Abuja, if you're not flying, you can buy tickets. If you're flying, you can buy tickets as well. And for your next trip within the city, you can hire our vehicles to take you from one point to the other. It's been great speaking to you about products. Thank you very much.
This amazing event. But at this point, we'd like to welcome our chairman, Mr. Chidi Ajay, to please.
It's been a fairly long day. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you, Honorable Commissioner, all invited guests, members of staff of GIGM, the management, hardworking management. I want to thank all of us for honoring the company this morning. I know there are many things you should be doing and you can be doing, but you're here with us to spend the day with us and to look at the innovations we have brought to the travel business. Just like the CEO has requested, I can see that there are people already making bookings from this event. All that remains for me to do is to thank you and wish you a safe journey back to your respective locations for those who came in from Abuja, Benin, Port Harcourt, and Enugu, I think. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
So ladies and gentlemen, you can actually follow the conversations on X, hashtag DPC 2026. Yes. Did you take it up? Thank you. So right now, the ushers will come to your tables.